Timothy Zahn, and he is most known for his Star Wars Extended Universe stuff, and he wrote this young adult series called Dragonback, and I just finished the first book, and it's really, really good. So speaking of that, where'd you get the idea for Dracos and his powers?
It was an idea I'd had for many years, and I had tried different formats. Just to give people a quick idea, the Kada, who look like small dragons, have this not ability, but it's a requirement that they have to go two-dimensional every 6 hours, I think it was, and flatten out on the back, arms, and legs of a host, or as they go two-dimensional, otherwise they evaporate and disappear and die. So I had this idea for a comic book, for an adult type book, batted it around, was never quite able to get it to gel. And then Christmas dinner one year, I don't remember which year, many years ago obviously, we were having dinner with my family, and my younger sister, who works at a library, said, you know, the Harry Potter books are really doing well. You ought to think about doing something young adult. And it just suddenly clicked. Oh, I just change my protagonist's age from 35 to 14, make it two or three other little tweaks, and suddenly the thing worked. And so that's where it happened. The idea never gelled until that moment, and in fact, by the time dinner was over, I had all 6 titles in my mind. It's one of those things that had been simmering for a long time and then suddenly popped out.
I really hate reading the last book of a series. Do you have the same dislike of writing the last book because you don't want to stop writing the series? Because I don't want to stop reading the series. I don't want the series to be over. I have this weird hesitation thing. I don't want to stop.
I get a little of that, but I have the opposite problem. That when I'm writing the last book of a series, I know I've had people reading 4, 5 books with these characters and these adventures, and I now need a really good payoff for that. It's got to be a really exciting, climactic book, and it's got to be satisfying. All the plot threads have to be resolved, and the reader now has to be able to finish it and put it down and say, yes, that was great. And I really enjoyed reading that, because if you can't do that, it'll be, gee, the author should have quit 1 book ago because this was pretty disappointing. And I don't want to do that to the reader. So I run into more of the problem of they're expecting something really good and I've got to deliver.
I have a story that I'm working on where something bad has to happen to a character that I really like, and I don't want to do that. I hate to do it, but it has to happen for the story, to move the story along. Do you have the same sort of problem?
Very, very much so. In fact, I tend to, when I was younger, your age, and reading, I liked it when all the good guys lived and didn't have losing arms, legs, or heads or things like that. And it really bothered me when one of the major characters did die and such. So in my writing, typically I try to keep everybody alive, but as you say, sometimes the story requires a person to die or be seriously injured. And then I realize, okay, this has to be done. I don't do it gratuitously, but when it's necessary, you just kind of take a deep breath and, okay, we have to do it.
Thanks for taking a couple of minutes to sit down and talk with me about your writing. I just really love it, and I just need to find the second book. I can't find it somewhere. I need to. Need it.
Okay.
Need it.
Maybe I can help with that. We'll talk afterwards.
It's time to press the subscribe button. Subscribe button. Subscribe button. Subscribe. Bye 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 bye.